Alright babes, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to create this look that you guys see. So it is easier on the eyes, and I did it because I wanted people who are either beginners or don't like detailed eye looks to be able to create something. So with that being said, please keep watching if you want to learn how to achieve it. And yeah, we'll get right into it.
Words can't describe, I can't find what to say. Body like a model, yeah, it's so insane. She was dressed like she walking down the runway, on the front page of a magazine. Physique the most unique I ever seen. I still can't believe how she got in them jeans. Step to her, told her I'm ready to leave.
Alright, so I have my eyebrows done, and now I'm just gonna be using the Be Bella Revolution palette, and that is this one right here. So for my first shade, I'm gonna mix this one and this one. This is too light and this is too dark, but if I mix them, it'll be a good color. So I'm gonna be mixing those two on a Morphe R40 brush. And I'm just gonna pat that on first and then I'll blend it out. Y'all already know my routine. Holy. Okay, I'm gonna start blending that out just like that. And this is my transition shade, so that's why I mixed them, because I don't want it to be too dark, but I also didn't want it to be too light. For the next eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the same palette, and it's gonna be this shadow right here. And I'm using the Makeup Shack T33. I'm just gonna pat on that shadow the way that I want it and build it just a little bit, and then I'll be blending it out with the same brush. Just like this. And I'm rounding my eyeshadow out today, so I'm gonna pat on the shadow the way that I'm gonna like want my eyelid. So you know how sometimes I usually will blow it out, but today I'm not blowing it out. Today I'm trying to keep it a little more round. So if you don't like it round, you could always just blow it out and do it your own way, sis. Don't gotta do the same way. So like that. And now that it is on, I'm gonna start blending this out. And as I always tell you guys, if you ever feel like it's not as blended as you want, take that first brush or the brush prior and just do this. I didn't pick up any more color. I didn't do anything else. I'm just taking it as it is because there's already eyeshadow on it, and I would blend it out like that. So I'm now using that same palette, but I'm taking this shade right here, and I'm using a Morphe M514 brush. So I'm just gonna pat on the shadow, but once you're at your darkest shadow, be careful that you don't take it too far up, because then instead of it looking like a smoky eye, you're gonna look like you just got a black eye, homegirl, and we don't want that. So pack it on, and the same way, round it out, or if you're blowing it out, blow it out. And don't start blending until you actually have packed it on and have it the way you would like it, because then you could just be blending and blending for a long time because you're blending away your work. Does that make sense? All right, so now that it's packed on, I'm gonna blend these edges out. And I usually tell you guys, don't take the darkest shade further than your crease. And you guys see how I'm taking the brush and pushing it in there? That essentially is my crease. So I'm never gonna take my darkest shade higher than that. And honestly, it makes it look so easy, to blend out. See, I'm like literally just taking it in my crease. And if you feel like you still need to blend it out a bit more, take the previous brush. So in this case, it's the Makeup Shack T33, and I'm blending that out. Or if you feel like you lost some of that color, pick some up and just lightly take it in like that. And if you feel like you still need a little more of a blend, take the first brush. And with this one, I never add more color, because if I do, I may take it like into my brow or just make a whole mess. And so that one, I never pick up more eyeshadow. I just take it as it is because it does have color, or eyeshadow I mean, and I blend it out. You feel me? So for today, I'm using my Luxie Lash lashes, and these are in the style Flossy. Yeah, so I already have this one on, obviously. And for my glue, I'm using the Makeup Shack Lash Glue. Oh, I was covering it. It's the Makeup Shack Lash Glue. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that on my lash. And then I don't take it directly after applying the glue and put it on my eyelid. I let it sit for a few minutes. That way it gets tacky, and then it's easier for me to apply the lash, because if it's wet and you just go straight in, it's gonna be moving around easily. And by that I mean if you blink, it can move out of place, versus if it's tacky, it'll kind of just stay there and then it'll dry. And I went in with this lash because I wanted something that was a little flared out and wispy, and that would complement my eyes and feel like this was perfect. So that is why I chose these lashes. And when I do apply them, I'm gonna use the Makeup Shack tweezers. The Makeup Shack does also have the actual lash applicator, but I'm just so used to using tweezers that I'm like, I wanna use it, but as much as I wanna reach for it, I always end up just grabbing tweezers. So for my moisturizer, I'm using my Mario moisturizer, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit because I had already, prior to even filming, I had already put toner on my face and the cucumber spray that I had showed you guys once, as well as put some moisturizer on. So right now I'm still gonna go in with a little more, but not as much as usual. For my primer, I'm using the Too Faced Hangover Primer, and I'm just gonna take some of that and put it everywhere. For foundation, I'm using my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I mix 2 shades as always. And to apply that, I'm using my Makeup Shack Beauty Blender, and I'm just gonna bounce that on my face. Per usual, you know, we ain't doing nothing different about the way I apply it. This one, I don't actually like to apply with the brush. I'd rather just do it with the beauty sponge, because I like the finish of this foundation with a beauty sponge versus a brush. I don't know if that makes sense, but I have tried before applying it with a brush, and honestly, I don't love it. Why? I don't know. I just feel like I get a better coverage out of it with a beauty sponge. So I mean, I guess that is the reason why, but yeah, that basically sums that. I mean, basically sums that up. That was a perfect mix. So today I'm trying out these Huda Beauty High Coverage Creamy Concealers. Shout out to you, Lupe, because Lupe did give me a few of them. And this is my first time trying them out, and honestly, I don't even know what shade I am. I haven't even swatched them, to be honest. So from the ones she gave me, I grabbed a few. I got shade 4 and 6 because those looked like they had a yellow undertone, which I am. And I was like, one of those might work for me. So I think 4 will work for me, because this is 6. I mean, this is 6 will work for me. This is 4 and this is 6. Do you guys see how that is yellow undertone, but it's more light? It has a little bit of a pink undertone to it, but it's not. I know you guys are like, girl, you're confusing me. But when I looked at the other two had a stronger pink undertone, and this one doesn't. So I could use this one. This one works a little better for me though, because it's not as dark and It's like 2 shades lighter, but this one is like, I want to say 3 to 4 shades lighter. I do like a bright under eye, but that is just too light for me. I could mix them, which I'm gonna try out right now. Okay, I've only bounced it like 2 to 3 times on my skin, but y'all, that really is a full coverage finish. Ooh, I actually think I like both of those two mixed. The only reason I was mixing them, if you guys want to know why I didn't, was because I didn't want to waste the product. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna apply it on my skin and see how that looks. But yeah, I didn't even use that much, and look at how good it is covering up my under eyes. Wow, okay. Don't get me wrong, guys, but I feel like Huda Beauty is just a little pricey. And I'm not saying like I won't buy it because it's pricey, but I have a few of their products. I had just never really thought, oh, let me try out their concealers, because I'm fine with the ones that I have. And Lupe gave them to me, so I was like, well, why not? Wow, it's actually pretty nice. So I'm gonna try to just go in with shade 6 and see how that is. And if anything, I'll just top it off with a little bit of the shade 4. Yeah, you see, 6 was perfect for me. Yeah, that was 6. I was like, girl, did I even grab 6? Did I grab 4 and I thought I grabbed 6? And I'm using the same Makeup Shack beauty sponge. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. I thought it was pretty funny. And no, I do want to say this, I'm not talking about anyone in the makeup industry. This is actually someone who like I would know. I mean, I don't know them on a personal level, but I know them. I've gotten to know them a little bit. So there's this girl, and you know, you can tell when someone has had their butt done. And I'm saying this because I saw this girl before she had her butt done, and then she had her butt done, and all of a sudden this shit's huge. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, don't get me wrong, guys. Her ass looks bomb. Like, I was like, bitch, I'm jealous. And then I told her, like, oh, where did you go? And she was like, what are you talking about? My butt's real. Why are you gonna lie to me when I can tell it's not real? And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna insult her or offend her, but I was like, you sure? Like, all of a sudden your ass looks different. She's like, no. And I was talking to her at the gym, and she was like, no, like I've been coming. And I was like, girl, I have not seen you in a minute. And like out of nowhere, you popped up again. And she's like, oh, I just come at a different time now. And I was like, Just so happens to be your ass is looking real good, and you know, you were gone for a minute, and oh, it's because you came to the gym. And don't get me wrong, guys, I am not against plastic surgery at all. Obviously, I've had 3 surgeries now. But at least be real with it. Like, I really don't get why some people... I mean, I also do understand that your life is your life, and you can go about it the way you want. And if you choose to share things with people, well, then you share them. If you don't, you don't. Because I mean, I get it. I'm the same way. I mean, but you know, if someone asks you about something, why not just be honest about it? Like, why hide it? Why not be real? And I was just like, bitch, why are you lying to me? And okay, guys, I didn't pick up that much. I picked about the same amount that I had picked up before, but it's bomb. Like, it honestly covered up so much with only a little bit of product. So I actually do really like the Huda Beauty. Thank you, Lupe. But back to what I was talking to you guys about. Why lie? Like, I don't get it. Why keep it from people? I mean, obviously it's something you can't hide. Like, you look different. Why not just be open about it? And I was talking about this with my sister, and she was like, if you got your ass done, would you tell people? Like, yes. Why not? I'd be like, this is where I went. Just like about my boobs, I told you guys where I go. I mean, I don't care. You ask me, oh, are your boobs real? I'm gonna tell you, no, they're fake. You can get them too. Like I said, I'm not against plastic surgery, but if you get something, at least be real with it. And I was like hurt. I mean, I wasn't hurt, but I was like, girl, are you lying to me? I mean, it only makes sense. You haven't came to the gym for a long time, and then I see you at the gym, and now your ass is And she was like, no, I've just been working on my ass like a lot and blah, blah, blah. I was like, girl, I had surgery too just not too long ago. And I didn't do any arms, any back, nothing upper body for a whole month. And all I did was legs. And my legs and ass have gotten a little better, but they're not to where, you know, you're at. And we've been doing the same shit. Why are you lying? I don't even know. I'm over here like, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, you know what? That's cool. I was like, no, yeah. And I mean, she's had her boobs done. She's had lips done. She told me she's gotten Botox. So I know you gotten all this other stuff done. Why you gonna lie? It would only make sense. But I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. And if you're watching this, sis, why you lying? Y'all, Carol G and Anuel are so cute. I think that's how you pronounce the name. If I'm wrong, y'all already know I'll pronounce half the shit I say wrong. But I think they're so cute. I like followed both of them on Instagram and I've been looking at their page and I'm like, y'all are the cutest ever. But back to this video, I'm using my RCMA No Color Powder and pressing that onto my face with my beauty sponge. You're like that, sis. Like that, like that. What are y'all doing on Valentine's Day? Because it's gonna rain. I mean, at least that's what my boyfriend said. And I teach in the morning, so my plan is to do some basic ass look in the morning and then come home and get ready for me and my boyfriend to go out, because when I go out, I like to have like a fresh face. If I'm gonna go out somewhere, I don't wanna like go out with makeup that I've worn already the entire day. Not that it looks bad, but I just want a fresh face. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, once you go on your makeup for hours, you know how you feel like, you're like, oh, I've been wearing my makeup for hours. That feeling, does that make sense? Not that it'll look bad, just the feeling of knowing I've been wearing my makeup for a while makes me just wanna take it off and do it again. And I like doing my makeup. Like, yes, I take a while. I take about an hour, and depending on the look, I can take less than an hour sometimes. But if I do something like full glam, which I almost always do, because I like a full glam, like all the time. I love being glam, I love being cute, I don't like looking basic. But don't get me wrong, I have my basic days. But most of the time, I like to have a full glam. And so I take about an hour and 15 minutes, but I'm like, you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm gonna do my makeup again because I wanna be cute. I'm gonna use my MAC pressed powder, and this is in the shade medium dark. And I'm gonna go in with a Makeup Shack T7. So like this. Do you guys remember that one video? I don't know, I think I've already talked about this, but the one where I was supposed to do this step and I accidentally picked up bronzer. Yeah, I'll insert that right here. I don't know. Every time I pick this up, I think about it, and I know a lot of people do it too because they'll like comment it or they'll tell me like, every time I see you do this, you make me think of that day. Girl, I think about that day too. Not just that, but I'll be like, is this the right thing? Am I picking up my actual pressed powder and not, oh my God, I almost sneezed. And not my bronzer. So before I go on, I'm gonna take my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus and obviously spray my face. But the reason I did that is, I don't know, I just want to try something new. I honestly don't have a reason. But I'm gonna let that hold my makeup for a bit while I do my under eyes. And like I said, I just want to do it because I want to do it. I've seen people do it. I don't know why. I honestly don't pay attention. Like, I just see it on Instagram or something. When I'm on YouTube, I rarely see like makeup tutorials. I really don't like watching makeup tutorials. Not because I don't like watching them, and I'll only watch them from a few people. Aside from that, I watch YouTube to be entertained. So I like watching like people do silly stuff, people do challenges, mukbangs, I don't know, different stuff. Not necessarily to do that. I like watching makeup videos, but on Instagram. I like to watch the, what's it called? The mini tutorials. Those I'll watch. But for YouTube, I prefer to just watch entertaining stuff. So I'm gonna do my under eyes like I said. I'm over here looking for my brushes. I'm gonna use my camera. I'm gonna use the Morphe R41 and go in with the same colors that I used on the top, but now on the bottom. I only did one thing different. So that was I took my Pat McGrath eyeliner and I'm applying it underneath. And I did it wonky because I'm going to take some eyeshadow. I'm using the black eyeshadow from that palette. It was in the bottom left corner with the Makeup Shop T66. And I'm going to blend that out a little bit. I just want it to be like a little smokier on the bottom. So that's why I ended up taking the black, because I know I didn't use black at the top. And I'm going to use my Sigma Sinuosity Lash Mascara and applied it. And with the tip, y'all remember, I'm just applying a little bit of mascara. So I'm gonna put that palette away now, being that I'm done with it on my eyes and whatnot. I usually keep it out until I do the bottom, but I never do the bottom until I'm done with applying my concealer and setting that and stuff. Y'all, I rearranged my makeup drawers, and that's why I haven't done a makeup video, because I had so much makeup that I was just like running out of places to put it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reorganize everything, which I did, and I created a bit more space. But because I rearranged everything, I don't know where anything is. So I'm like over here tripping. I don't even know where my palettes are. Okay, so I'm gonna use the KKW Beauty highlight and contour palette. So I started doing like my contour and realized I wasn't recording. So I'm using the KKW Beauty, you guys already know that, in the shade medium, I think. Yeah, it's in the shade medium. And I'm applying that with a Morphe R14 brush. And I'm just gonna go in with it. By the way, I also need to film a updated how I straighten my hair tutorial for you guys, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually do my hair differently now. Also because I did dye it, and I also have it in a different haircut. Before I just had a blunt cut, and now I have it in a bit of an A cut. So because of that, I do it differently, and I actually like the way I straighten it now versus the way I used to, because the way I do it now doesn't get my hairs to like stick out. I'll get a few, but not as much as before. But like I said, that's like another video which I need to film. I'm actually not going to use the highlight from this palette. I'm going to be using my Artist Couture in the shade Illuminati. So it's this one. I'm actually going to an event today where he is going to be in Rialto. Holy, I was not looking, and I don't even want to show you guys. I was patting my highlight, and a bunch of the powder fell. Oops. So I'm gonna apply that with my favorite brush, It's Makeup Shop 250. And this is a loose powder, so I'm gonna pat that on. Holy, okay. And my daddy angel did not come to play today. So I'm gonna line my lips with my Morphe lip liner in the shade Makeup Talk, but I need to sharpen that first. Okay, so now that they're lined, I'm using the Huda Beauty Day Slayer lipstick. This one's actually really pretty. I also didn't have any of her lipsticks. I only had her palettes. Like I had the eyeshadow palettes and the highlighting ones. I had all of those except for the most recent eyeshadow palette she brought out. I have not bought, but I didn't own any lipsticks. Again, shout out to you, Lupe. Because y'all, she hooked me up and gave me a bunch of makeup. That's pretty. But y'all already know I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade on my lip. I'll use this one. This is the Sand lipstick from Dose. I think this is a gloss. Is it a gloss? Feels like a gloss. Nope, it's just a cream lipstick. So now I'm just gonna set my entire face using my MAC Fix Plus. All right, so that's the end of the video. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted to create something easy but glam that beginners could recreate, and that is how I decided to do this, or why I decided to do this. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me. My Instagram is muaerika18 and Makeup by Erika Rod. If you haven't already, please subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and comment. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Like I tell you guys, I try to get back to each one of you. Maybe I won't get back right away. Maybe within the next couple of days to a week, I usually try to get back. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.